See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that. Let bygone be. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to profit. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up on parole because of the COVID. It feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Know it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Just, you know, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world and know. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to one step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. I ain't taking no losses, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just pay with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep it slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pants through the fire. Ask you the prophets, that baby so belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will failure, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop and ask you the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
police just shot him for no apparent reason. No reason at all. They asked for license and registration. That's the police officer over there that did it. With the black on. I can't really do shit because they got me handcuffed. I can't believe they just did this. I'm fucking back!
It's okay, I'm right here with you.
First breath I took, a life too surreal. Second breath I took was the pivot and strike, finish the kill. Influenced by might, with every sentence reveal. I won't pay back, fuck a dollar bill. Remain calm as the pressure build. Gotta endure until I let this pump whistle at my foes in memory of Emmett Till. I only live to do my master's will. It's UPK, motherfucker. Ain't no cowards on this battlefield. Gone astray but made greater. In my return, left to my mistakes. Every error was a lesson learned. Now I don't move, lest it get approved. Won't take a step till it get confirmed. Arm the tape, what was made for our sakes. March like a tank,
Rahim. Shalom, Israel. Shalom, shalom, Israel. It's an Israelite school, Universal Practical Knowledge. Star 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. You understand? We under the leadership of Commander General Yohana. And of course, what we teach is so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true biblical Jews according to the Bible and according to archaeology. You understand? I'm preaching off some Mardakia. I'm holding down the Brotherhood class in the spirit of the Most High. You understand? Of course, we all know that Brotherhood is synonymous to sisterhood. You understand? You need both to survive within this heathenistic ways of life of America. You understand? Going into as far as what America has done to our brothers and our sisters, man. You understand? Now a lot of people, of course, you understand, here within the ISUPK, of course, you understand, we tread on both sides as far as what America has done to our brothers and also to our sisters, man. You understand? And we're going to go into some articles of how, you understand, America has damned our sisters, man. Has brainwashed our sisters in believing that, that it's okay to be a whore, or it's okay to what's the saying, your life, YOLO, you only live life, or this is your life, can no one else live your life, so you can go out and live your best life, man. You understand? And we're gonna go into some articles and just show what that quote unquote living your best life will result in, man. You understand? Because of course here within ISUPK we are angry at America for brainwashing our sisters and believing in that living your best life lifestyle, man. You understand? Living that best life lifestyle has destroyed black women, Hispanic women, and Native Indian women, man. You understand? Everyone believes in the ways of America. Just like, 1 second. Everyone believes in the ways of America. You understand? And how they perceive our black, Latino, and Native Indian women to be. You understand? Of course, you understand, we in the day and age of social media. You understand? Social media is just rampant, man. You understand? We all see, all throughout social media, whether it's Facebook, you understand, Twitter, Instagram, and of course newly here with this TikTok, you understand, they got all these little challenges and all these little catchphrases that will thirst trap brothers into doing something abominable, whether it's just sleeping with the sister, whether it's a one night stand, or whether a sister is luring a brother in to possibly get robbed, or even in a worst case scenario get killed. And of course, you understand, we're gonna go into a couple of articles pertaining to that. You understand? But this is what America has twisted our sisters' mindset in thinking that that's the righteous thing to do, or that's the right thing to do when it comes to living your best life, or you only live once. You understand? So you might as well do any and everything by any means necessary. You understand? So of course, you understand, this class, of course, you understand, this is the Tuesday Night Brotherhood class, but like I said earlier, we understand that brotherhood and sisterhood go hand in hand. So of course we're gonna be rocking and rolling with the sisters today, so we can actually possibly and praying and Lord's will to protect our sisters and hopefully stop something evil from happening to our brothers and sisters, man. You understand? Because of course it's all targeted against Israel as a whole. You understand? But America has their ways and their devices of triggering our sisters just a little bit more. You understand, when it comes to that quote unquote sex sales, and when it comes to sis, go out there and get it, go sleep with as many men as possible, you understand, with no repercussions, you understand, because you have to live your best life and you only live once, man. You understand, that you only live once motto and lifestyle has destroyed our sisters, man. You understand, they are more in just, I mean, they are digging deep into something that they not even aware of, man. You understand? So with all due, you understand, of course, we got a couple articles that I actually want to touch on, and then of course, you understand, we're gonna go within the scriptures, man. So just give me one moment here while I get this article up. One moment here. And of course, as always, if you got any questions or comments, you understand, just type them in and we'll be able to get to those accordingly. One moment here. Alright, so we're going to go to this one here first. One moment here. Let me actually mute this one here for a moment here. There we go. All right. There we go. Scroll up to the top here, and this is the KIRO7. It's trending. It says Florida woman shot, robbed after meeting woman on Florida man shot, robbed after meeting woman on dating app. You understand, these dating apps, of course, along with social media, is literally killing our brothers and sisters, man, and luring brothers in, and luring sisters in. For what, man? To get robbed and to get killed and to get hurt and get harmed and get beat up and get all your money taken away. You understand? Of course, when it comes to these dating apps, of course, by any means necessary, get you a brother or sister here within this truth, man. Within this ISUPK under command Jenny and Hannah, man. It's gonna be very, very pivotal, and we are seeing it day in and day out on how these dating apps are pretty much I would definitely say that they are not for us, man, when it comes to Israel, man. You understand? Because it's another device to actually have us warring against one another, man. You understand? This title says Florida man shot and robbed after meeting a woman on dating app, man. You understand? This is another device and tactics for us to harm one another, man. You understand? We're gonna read into this article here. It's just in Sanford, Florida. An 18-year-old Seminole High School student is facing attempted homicide and robbery charges after a man she met on Plenty of Fish and lured to a home was shot, police said, man. This student, she was a high school student, man. Had due to popular demand and social media and with these dating apps, of course, these dating apps came very, very popular, when COVID came about, and of course, these dating apps has been out for years upon years, but of course now, due to the COVID and, due to everyone, quote unquote, want to be safe and, practice social distancing, they, revert to all, I still got to get mines off. So of course, I'm gonna meet, some little, just something real quick off, this dating app, and this dating app is called Plenty of Fish. Let's see here. Let's here, one moment here. It says Jaquila Taylor lured a 31-year-old man to a home on 10th Street in Sanford. You know what I'm saying? So of course, for one, you know what I'm saying, of course, and here, within America, 18-year-old, you know what I'm saying, is illegal, but you're 31 years old. First off, you know what I'm saying, can we just stop it right there and say, you know what I'm saying, what can you possibly do with an 18-year-old, man? You know what I'm saying? First off, you can't take her to no type of bar. You know what I'm saying? What y'all gonna go to Chuck E. Cheese, or you know what I'm saying? What y'all gonna go, to a 18 and under club? You understand? So first off, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to brothers, you know what I'm saying? You have to, of course, and by any means, you know what I'm saying? Take these dating apps very, 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 very lightly. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't look at it as all, I'm about to meet my, future wife. And if that happens, man, listen, man, so be it, man. You know what I'm saying? But make sure that you're being very, very wise when choosing, you know what I'm saying, your soulmate. You know what I'm saying, for the rest of your lives on this dating app, man. You know what I'm saying? I done heard great success stories, and I done heard some horrible stories, and it's pretty much nothing in between. You know what I'm saying? It's either we kicked it off, or oh man, listen, it was a date from hell, or it was just all wrong. You know what I'm saying, from the get go. You know what I'm saying? So you have this 31-year-old brother, you understand, dating and wanting to meet up with an 18-year-old, man. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to meet up with that 18-year-old, man. 31 years old, meeting up with a 18-year-old high school student. You understand? She's probably a senior, you know what I'm saying, getting ready to graduate. You understand? And one second here. One second here. All right, you know what I'm saying? Just like I was saying, you say you got this 31-year-old, thinking that it's all good and dandy to go out and date a high school student, which is very, very prominent. You know what I'm saying? Throughout Israel, you know what I'm saying? I remember growing up, you know what I'm saying, within high school, and you will always see, you know what I'm saying, and this came, probably when I became like a junior or a senior. You know what I'm saying? You seen a lot of brothers, older brothers, you know what I'm saying, that has, been graduated, you know what I'm saying, whether they, 25 and up, or even, man, listen, I didn't even see, some, even some older cats, you know what I'm saying, like 40 and up, talking to these young girls, and, buying them Jordans, and, giving them hotel rooms, you know what I'm saying, for their girls, and, tricking off on them, you understand, all for some cat, man. All for some box, man. You understand? So of course that has been going on for years upon years, man. And now, of course, due to this, due to this COVID-19, of course now, you know what I'm saying. Of course now it's to the point where it's not as accessible. You know what I'm saying? Because of course a lot of schools there are not in session, or schools they're very, very limited on who they will even invite in, or you can't even go within a parking lot if you don't have a child there, or or your teenager isn't there. You know what I'm saying? So of course, what does everyone revert to? They revert to these dating apps, man. So Jaquila Taylor lured a 31-year-old man to a home on 10th Street in Sanford, where two men hit the victim on his head with a firearm, and demanded the victim give it up, according to police. At some point, the victim was able to break free and begin running away. One of the men fired a gun, striking the victim in his head, police said. He made it to a nearby home where a frightened homeowner called 911. You understand? So once again, man, you're 31 years old, man. Going to meet a 18-year-old at a house, man. You know what I'm saying? And of course, once again, man, if you have to revert to these dating apps, man, so be it, man. but do it wisely, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't meet a person at a private location, man. Make sure it's public, man, and preferably during the day where around a lot of people, man. Whether it's a park, whether it's a restaurant, whether whether it's a what they do now, the little mini golf, or even a movie theater during the day. You understand? Whatever the case may be, man. You understand? Go in a public setting where it's going to be a lot of people, man. Even if you're going in a walk in a local neighborhood, man. You understand? Of course, you understand. Try to find a neighborhood. You understand, that have a lot of traffic coming through. Whether it's cars or whether it's just people at home. And just go for a little walk, man. You understand? Like, you don't have to, spend all the money in the world on that first date. You understand? Like, you may not even like the sister or brother, man. You understand? So of course, man, be very, very wise, man. If you do have to choose to, as far as reverting to these dating apps due to this COVID-19, man. Let me read that again. Let me one moment here. Let me scroll back up here. It says, at some point, the victim was able to break free and began running away. One of the men fired a gun, striking the victim in his head, police said. He made it to a nearby home where a frightening homeowner called 911. The man told police he met Taylor on the Plenty of Fish dating app and that he had been texting before deciding to meet up. Taylor was identified by police, her Plenty of Fish profile. The two men are still at large. Police are warning people to be cautious when meeting people from apps, and they say users should always meet in a safe place. You understand? Just like I said before, man. You understand? Of course, you understand, you definitely want to meet in a public place, man. You understand? And just saying, somewhere is safe, man. You can possibly be within a neighborhood and it's not safe, man. You want to make sure that is a public place, man. You know what I'm saying? Because all quote unquote safe place is not safe, man. You want to make sure you're in public where it's a lot of people, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's within your city, you're going downtown. You understand? You're going to downtown, uptown, depending on, the city and state. Some call it downtown, some call it uptown. You understand? Whatever the case may be, meet in a public place where it's a lot of people, man. A lot of people, man, have to be involved when you are meeting these people. You understand? On these dating apps, man. Be very, very cautious, man, when meeting someone, or you think you want to possibly take it to that next level, man. Be very, very cautious, man. Let's see here. It says, like any app online, exchanging and meeting somebody that you don't have any background information on them. Do your best to vet it out. Maybe try to confirm information that they give, Stanford police spokesman Bianca Gillett said. And it's about to go into this Taylor. It says Jaquila Taylor, 18, is facing attempted homicide and robbery charges after a man she met on Plenty of Fish was lured to a home and was shot. Let's see here. Of course, you understand. So, of course, you understand. Like any, like with any of these apps, man, they got what is it? Tinder. Plenty of Fish. What's some more of the other ones that I can think of offhand? I think they had one called it was like back page or like background or something like that. Tinder. They even got like a little dating app on Facebook as well too. Where you can log in, with your profile information, and it's a dating app already built within your Facebook mobile app, man. They even got one for You know, black people specific, it's called BLK. You understand? I believe those are the only ones that I can think off the top. You understand? But of course, even with these, these well-known dating apps, man. You understand? Or what is it, like a Meetup or a well-known one is that a Christian Mingle, which I advise you to never go on. You know what I'm saying? You are going to be in the next episode to possibly get out, whether it's a black woman or a so-called oppressive woman. You know what I'm saying? I highly advise you not to go on that app. You know what I'm saying? Because that black woman, she's going to try to run you. You understand? So let's go ahead and go to. Let's see. I said I got a couple articles. You understand? So I want to go to this one as well too. One moment here, just to make sure. One moment here, y'all. Should lie again. All right. So here's another article. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to, speed through these articles, and then we're gonna go into these scriptures on how and why you shouldn't be a whore and how you should be a true daughter of Zion, man, and why it's very, very important to hearken to the Most High words, man, and not hearken into what America has to offer for you at your footstep, man. You know what I'm saying? Because America has all these vile and wicked and disgusted things, and it's offered in a pressure and targeting blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, man. That's who they are truly targeting. Let's see here. This is the Daily News. It says Florida dad killed after woman he met on online dating site Plenty of Fish sets him up to be robbed. So it says Florida dad killed after woman he meets on online dating site Plenty of Fish sets him up to be robbed. It says a 27-year-old Florida dad was fatally shot after a woman he met on a dating website set him up to be robbed. Adam Hillor of Armandale went on a date Thursday with 18-year-old Haley Buntos after the two met on dating sites Plenty of Fish. Hiller and Bustos went bowling, according to the Orlando Sentinel, and then he brought her back to his apartment. They decided to go on a second date. They decided to go on a second date, but she returned the next evening with 3 other men to steal TVs, an Xbox, and iPhone, according to the newspaper. Hiller was shot in the head, cops said. This brother got shot in the head, man. You know what I'm saying? All due to this Plenty of Fish, man. To this Plenty of Fish dating app, man. You know what I'm saying? We done seen it on social media. You know what I'm saying? We done seen it all throughout mainstream media. You know what I'm saying? And it's articles upon articles warning, you know what I'm saying, brothers and sisters, to not, you know what I'm saying, not go on these dates, man. You know what I'm saying? It says on this article, you know what I'm saying, that on that first date, you know what I'm saying, he took her to his crib, man. That, you know, saying, you know, that they went bowling with, you know, which was a public spot. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't, you know, a very, very wise decision, man. It wasn't wise at all for that brother, you know what I'm saying, to take that sister back home, man. Just off ripping, just off top, man. All because of, you know, he thought that she was attractive, or, he thought that, you know, that he was possibly going to get some, which, you know, he probably did get something that first night, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't go into details. And of course, you know what I'm saying, they, he did invite her over for a second night, and you know, sadly but truly, you know what I'm saying, that was the last night, you know what I'm saying, that brother lived, you know what I'm saying, here, according to this article, you know what I'm saying, he was shot in the head, man. Let's see here. Here it says Hillar was begging for his life. It said he was begging for his life, man. You understand? He was not. Like, even 1 second. He was begging for his life. Like, even 1 second. You understand? So of course, you know, unfortunately, you understand, this brother had to lose his life, man. All due to these wicked, disgusting, all due to these wicked, disgusting dating apps, man. You understand? We're gonna read this from the top one more time, man. You understand? Because this is just a very, very sad story. You understand? But it's reality, man. You understand? It just comes to the fact where you just have to face reality and you have to protect yourselves when it comes to these dating apps, man. It says Florida dad killed after a woman he meets online dating site Plenty of Fish sets him up to be robbed. A 27-year-old Florida dad was fatally shot after a woman he met on a dating website set him up to be robbed. Adam Hiller of Arbondale went on a date Thursday with an 18-year-old Haley Bustos after two men met on dating site Plenty of Fish. Hiller and Bustos went bowling, according to the Orlando Centennial, and then he brought her back to his apartment. They decided to go on a second date. You know what I'm saying? So of course, we all understand what happened on the first date. You know what I'm saying? He probably more than likely 9 out of 10 times he got the box. You know what I'm saying? Because if they decided to go on a second date, you understand, it's, 9 out of 10 times he more than likely got the box. You understand? But he was in for a rude awakening on that second date, man. It says they decided to go on a second date, but she returned the next evening with 3 other men to steal TVs, an Xbox, and an iPhone, according to the newspaper. Hiller was shot in the head, cops said. Hiller was begging for his life. He was not putting up any kind of fight and was telling them that he had a 5-year-old daughter, according to arrest reports obtained by the Orlando Centennial, man. You understand? So we have to, once again, man, we have to be very, very careful, man, with dealing with these quote unquote dating apps, man. You understand? Dealing with these social media tactics and devices that they push on the black community. You understand? It's very, very pivotal. You understand that we understand. That we of course, you understand. If by any means necessary, you have to do it with precautions. Do I say? You understand? Do it very, very precautiously, man, and do it safe, man. Just like I said earlier, man. If you have to meet someone, and if you by any means necessary have to, download the app, man, make sure you meet that person in public, man. You understand? Make sure that you are not, taking her out, and then, go ahead, slide to my crib, man. No. You understand? Do not do that. You understand? Because, of course, if she does have a hit out for you, she has all your information now. Right. She got your phone number. She got your address. She know, like the, like any type of shortcuts, you understand? She may follow you home, you understand, to see what's all going on. You understand? They may be plotting for you, man. Let's see here. So Wintos had, witnesses had seen Hiller with a young woman, and Bustos was collared in an unrelated burglary, according to the newspaper. Let's see here. And this sister right here, man, you understand? This is just so horrible, man. You understand? This Judite sister right here, and these are 3, you know what I'm saying, burglars right here, man. They look like they was, possibly running a train on this sister, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what type of, sexual deviance act that they had, you know what I'm saying, and was dealing with this sister to actually convince her to, rob this brother and kill this brother, man. It says Bustos, 26, Andre Warner, 31 years old, and Gary Gray, 26-year-old, and Joshua Ellington face murder and robbery charges, man. It says Hiller left behind his 5-year-old daughter, LaJaya. She says, "I miss my daddy because he's with Jesus." Of course, you understand the daughter, you understand, as far as, she's young, you understand, she's not, fully understanding exactly what happened to her father. You understand? It's just a sad, you understand, pretty much a very, very sad story due to the act of these dating apps, man. Let's see here. One moment, see. You understand? Let me see. We're gonna go to one more article, and this is gonna be the last article, and then we're gonna go into some scriptures, man. Matter of fact, before we go, let me make sure I got these up here. Before we go into this article, you understand? Can we get can we get? All right, most high Christ. You can go do what you gotta do, sir. You understand? And this is, just once again, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna shove it down your throat once again, man. We're dealing with these dating apps, man, and just dealing with what America has to offer for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Be very, very cautious, man. Be very, very, very cautious. You know what I'm saying? Be very, very, on a high alert. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to what, you know what I'm saying, is happening to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, you are a target when it comes to as far as what's going to happen to you, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about your loved ones, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about your kids. You know what I'm saying? You got to, if you're trying to go out and, sneak out on your wife, man, you know what I'm saying? You got to think about your wife, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about your brothers and sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let, you know what I'm saying, one, you just getting your rocks off, you know what I'm saying, mess up everyone else's life, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's eventually what's going to happen, man. This, come on, concert, you got it.
So, like, I was just going to say, we can't forget about the purple guy who got caught on the dating app. How he messed up his life for trying to date somebody on the dating app just to find out it was a man, and then to turn around and shoot him in the face and throw his whole life away.
Right. You understand? And that's just so heavy there, man. You understand? And of course, you understand, once again, man, you understand, those purple cats, they had no wisdom, you understand, no knowledge of when it comes to, dating within these dating apps, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, before, you know what I'm saying, I didn't heard, whether it was a, success story, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to black fans and Native Indians, or it was a horror story. Right. You understand? It was never no in between, man. Either was, this is Sister Tawab, you know what I'm saying, or the brothers, like he's Tawab, or man, listen, I can't deal with this sister right here, you know what I'm saying? Right. I can't deal with this brother, man. Man, listen, man, let me tell you what this sister got going on. Let me tell you what this brother got going on, man. There's never no in between, man. It's never no, I met a cool guy and met a cool girl and we just went separate ways. No, man. It's either horrible or it's good, man. You know what I'm saying? And going back to those purple cats, you know what I'm saying? That brother, man, he had, you know what I'm saying, thought that he had a woman, but come to find out, you know what I'm saying, it was a full transgender, man, full transformer in his face, man, trying to dome him off, man. You know what I'm saying? And he messed around and shot that man, you know what I'm saying, because he was a man, straight in the face, man. Straight in the face, man. And just messed up his whole life, man. You understand? But of course, if he hadn't gotten wise counsel, you understand, he wouldn't have even been in that predicament, man. You understand? That just shows you, of course, who has the truth and who doesn't have the truth, man. Who goes after their own lusts. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what that brother was doing. He was going after his own lust. And look what happened, man. You understand? The wages of sin is what? It's death, man.
Right.
You understand? Whether you in that physical death or whether you in within that spiritually death, man. And that brother is just off balance right now, man. He was very, very off balance with that decision that he had to make. He's very, very off balance now because why? Because now he throwing away his whole life, man. His whole life is just gone, man. Off of what, man? Off of a dating app? You gonna ruin your life off a dating app, man. You understand? A dating app. If we could, sir, can we get Ecclesiasticus chapter 7 and verse 26? You understand? Because we have to be very, very cautious, man, when we come to as far as, you know, picking and choosing our soulmate, man. You understand? Because of course here within this truth, you understand, we understand and we believe so wholeheartedly that sex is marriage, man. You understand? And we can prove it day in and day out, man. That sex is marriage. There's so many scriptures, man. And we're going to get into some scriptures, you understand, pertaining to that sex is marriage, man. Yeah, count. Ecclesiasticus chapter 7 and verse 26.
The book of Ecclesiastes. It's like Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 26. And I find more bitter than death, the woman.
Good. Now you find more bitter than death. The who?
The woman.
It says the woman, man. You know what I'm saying? The woman is more bitter than death, man. You understand?
Facts.
She's more bitter than death. Good night, man. So a person would rather be dead than to deal with a woman, man. You understand? You gotta say.
Like a bitter woman too.
Right. You understand? Not only just a woman, but she's bitter, man. You understand? If you have ever tasted anything bitter, man, you understand? Your face is going to cringe, man. You understand? Nothing is good when it comes to bitter, man. You understand? That bitter woman, man, she's going to, make sure that everything that you do is beneficial for her, man. You understand? And not, raising up, you know what I'm saying, giving her funds to you, you understand? And, in retrospect, you understand, she's going to rob you, you understand? She's going to, send goons out to you to have you possibly killed, man. And still all of your belongings is going to be gone, man.
Right.
You understand? We can keep on reading, sir.
Okay. Whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands.
Good night. It says her, what was that first part again, Shalaya?
Whose heart is snares and nets.
You understand? Her heart just full of snares and nets, man. Meaning that her mindset is just full of just sneaking in, just a very sneaky woman, man. You understand? Just a woman that actually wants to trap a man. You understand? She like you. She thirst trapping men, you understand? Right. To get them and to lure them in to be able to do what, man? What happens when you're in the net? You know what I'm saying? It's going to be impossible to get out, man. Once you get within that net, it's going to be almost impossible to get out, man. You understand? And even when you try to wiggle, you understand, to get out, where you still going to be at? You're still going to be within that net, man. Same thing, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with these bitter women, man. You understand? You're going to try any way to get out, or, try anything in any and every way to try to get out the situation. But what's she going to do? She's going to lure you back in, man. Right. Whether it's some of that box, whether it's some of that, you understand? We're going to keep it PG-13, you understand? Whether it's, things, being done with the mouth, or, whether it's, things, doing, whatever the case may be, man. She's going to find a way to lure you back in, man. You know what I'm saying? And then what's going to happen? You're going to be all caught up within that net once again, man. So, brothers, man, be very, very mindful of who you are truly dealing with, man. And sisters, man, this is not an example of a righteous woman, man. You know what I'm saying? This is an example of a bitter, unrighteous woman, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be bitter, man. You know what I'm saying? And hearts of nets, man. Meaning that your mindset, you know what I'm saying? This is what's going on within the woman mindsets, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's the social media, whether it's the Real Housewives, whether it's the, the Busted Challenge, or, whatever the case may be, man. You have something to say, sir?
So, I was just going to say, like you were saying, this scripture is so heavy because this scripture is telling you that death is more better than a bitter woman, man.
Good night.
Like sisters think being bitter is something good.
Right.
But the scriptures tell you, man, a woman being bitter, man, you better off being dead than dealing with a woman who's bitter, man.
Good night.
And that goes out to all these so-called baby mothers who want to make the child's father's life hell because he doesn't do something that you don't like, and you decide to make things bitter for him. The scriptures are telling you, man, death is more better than this bitter woman.
Right.
Man.
You understand?
And the scriptures goes against us like that.
Right, damn right. You understand? And I know brothers personally, man, you understand, that would rather be in jail than be on that stinking, disgusting child support, man.
Right.
You understand? I done talked to brothers personally, man. He's like, man, listen, man, I'm not about to pay that woman nothing, man. I can barely see my child, you know what I'm saying? She, taking me through all these ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? We're steady in court. Man, listen, I'm about to just do my jail time, man. You understand? I'm about to just go to jail and whatever the case may be, stand there for however long I need to stay in there. You understand? All because they don't want to deal with that bitter woman, man. All because they don't want to deal with that woman, man. And who is that harming, man? That's harming the child, man. You know what I'm saying? These bitter women, you know what I'm saying, doing all of these tactics and, luring brothers in and, brainwashing them and, using their wordplay and, try to be seductive and, do all these, trickery things, you know what I'm saying, with their bodies and, try to lure you in with their eyes and, with their finances, whatever the case may be, man. All you're doing is harming that brother, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing any beneficial to that brother, man. So sisters, man, just cut it out, man. If it can be all simple, man, if you just won't follow America, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what America has for you, man. America wants you to be bitter. You understand? I know, brothers and sisters seen that, what was that Tyler Perry, Diary of a Mad Black Woman?
Good night.
You understand? Tyler Perry, man, good night, man.
Scary.
Right, Tyler's scary, man. You know, so you are making it hard for brothers, man. You want to go out and make a, I believe that they had like an actual play of it, and then they had, an actual movie of it as well too, man. Right. Diary of a Mad Black Woman, man. You understand? So once again, man, it's all throughout social media. It's all throughout the, TV shows, all throughout the movies on how these women are to be bitter, man. And let's not talk about the reality TV shows. Good night, man. Good night. It's so many, backstabbing, deceit, lying, and, sleeping with other men and, sleeping with women and, men sleeping with men and, women finding it out and, putting it out on blast. It's just all drama, man. But what, man? That's what America wants you to do, man.
Right.
America wants you to be their whore. That's what America wants you to be. America wants you to go out and, act loud and be, ghetto and try to, say that you bad and bougie and do all these abominable things against what the Most High wants you to do and what you should be doing. America wants you to be that whore, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? America wants you to bend over, you know what I'm saying, and allow America to give it to you the raw way, man. You understand? The raw and uncut way, man.
Good night.
You understand? Come on, you got it.
And so, like, if I could, it's so heavy what you're saying, like Tyler Perry, man, like that brother right there, man, is very wicked, man.
He is.
He dominates in the black household with his movie amongst females because his movies are always dogging out black men. The black man is always something horrible in his movies. Right. And that just goes to show you more proof that he's a homosexual as well. He hates men himself. Yep. He hates men, but he wants a man. You know what I'm saying? That's why he plays Medea. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tyler Perry is against the black man in their household.
Absolutely.
Man. All of his movies that I've ever seen has always been about some brother who's low down, dirty, conniving, sneaky, just doing something horrible, man. Right. And it always makes the women to look like a victim.
Yeah.
Always makes the women look like a victim.
Always.
That was it.
You understand? Can we get that scripture from the top again, sir?
Come. the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, in her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her.
Good night.
But the sinner should be taken by her.
Good night, man. Said the sinner should be taken by her, man. Good night.
It's
Yeah.
it's like it says the Most High shall escape from her.
Right, you understand? The Most High don't even want to deal with it, man.
Whoever serves the Most High, he will escape from this system.
Right, you understand?
And so, like, I'm just gonna say it. You know, you see a lot of brothers coming to this school that have escaped these evil, bitter women whose minds are just hearts. Their minds are just snares and nets. They're always thinking of ways how they can trap you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In ways they can just put you in situations where you can't be, you know, you can't succeed in life. You know what I'm saying? It's sisters, just like Kanye West right now. He's going through that situation with Kim Kardashian. She literally had children with him just so she could put him in the snare into the net. Like, he's gonna learn a valuable lesson about dating these heathens.
Right.
Even though Ray J was sleeping with these heathens, but he had enough sense not to get her pregnant.
Right.
It's like that was it.
You understand? And that's very, very heavy, man. You understand? All, man, listen, man, all said and doubt, man. You understand? Ain't no telling how Kanye West and, that Kardashian heathen may have met, man. You understand? It was all out of deceit and lust. And now, man, look at it, man. You understand? That happens all throughout Hollywood, man.
Right.
You understand? Like, name me one successful marriage that had lasted over 5 years, man. Throughout Hollywood, man. If it has lasted over 5 years, you understand? It's been a lot of garbage that has not been brought out, man. A whole lot of garbage that has not been brought out, man. You understand? I brought up Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, man. You understand? Everybody look at them as that quote unquote power couple, man. You understand? Trying to, making it through and fighting for one another, man. But in all true reality, man, you understand, they are true swingers, man. You understand? And they brought that out years upon years ago, man, that they were practicing that, man. You understand? Where Will Smith will allow Jada Pinkett Smith to go out and sleep with another man. You understand? And Jada Pinkett Smith, she would allow Will Smith to go out and sleep with another woman, man. And they would exchange, husbands and wife, and meet up with couples, and swap, wives and swap husbands. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, they have been doing that for years upon years, man. They have been doing this, man. So this whole what's the cat name? August. What is it? August. What is his last name? Augustina. So whatever the case may be. That that was that was literally nothing to them, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they have been doing this. Of course, you know what I'm saying, dealing with mainstream media, you know what I'm saying? They gonna make it seem like, oh, Will, he's in, discomfort and whatever the case may be, man. No, man. Will allow that to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? Will Smith allowed that to happen, man. And now, of course, since mainstream media has put it out on the forefront, and they've been this power couple for what is it, close to over 20, 30 years, whatever the case may be. Now he wants to have a sad face, man.
Right.
Now he wants to cry on mainstream media, man. When all in true reality, they've been doing that for years upon years, man. You understand? Within their beliefs and within whatever they believe in. You understand? When it comes to what is it that Scientology. You understand? And they they're swingers, and they believe that if you have a wife, you understand, she can go out and sleep with many men as possible, and and a husband, and he can do the same. No, man. That's just a whole bunch of confusion, man. So don't allow mainstream media, you know what I'm saying, and the ways of America fool you of how Hollywood is truly living, man. Once again, man, name me one successful marriage in Hollywood that has been successful, man. You know what I'm saying? With no baggage, man. With no lies or deceit, man. You know what I'm saying? The only marriages that last are here within the ISUPK under Command Jimmy and Hannah, man.
Yeah, right.
Our marriages last forever, man. Why? Because we are following these laws, statutes, and commandments when it comes to what marriage truly is, man. Any more in that scripture, sir?
Gun.
Uh-huh.
It's like, no, that was it on that.
Okay. Most High in Christ. We're going to go to this last article, you know what I'm saying? And I brought out that scripture, man, you know what I'm saying? Because this last one, man, good night, man. It says, Ohio woman, 24, shot dead, man. 27, she met on dating site, Plenty of Fish, and robbed him.
She
Not-
got shot?
No. She shot the man
Good
and then robbed him. You understand? So, once again, man, it says Ohio woman, 24, shot dead, man. 27, she met on dating site, Plenty of Fish, and robbed him, man. Once again, man, she lured him in, man. You understand? She had him within that net. You know what I'm saying? And all deceit and lies, you know what I'm saying, was all within that net, man. She batted her eyes at him and probably turned around for him, showed him that behind, or probably flashed him, whatever the case may be, and shot that man dead. And then what? Robbed him. One moment here, it says let's see, 1 second here. Here we go. It says a Northeast Ohio woman was arrested and charged Wednesday in connection with a shooting death of a man she met on the popular online dating site Plenty of Fish, man. Once again, man, popular, you know what I'm saying, high demanding, you know what I'm saying, top of the line, Plenty of Fish, man. Police in Cleveland said Shakira Graham, 27, linked up with Massage Cornwall, 27, on a matchmaking service before the pair spent the night together at his home in Garland Heights in Garland Heights on December 15th. 2 days later, Graham returned to her date's 2 days later, Graham returned to her date's home, where she allegedly robbed him of his guns, cell phones, gold 2009 Honda Accord, and television before she fatally shot him. Man, listen, man. If you don't hear it now, man, listen up real quick, man. You understand? Listen up, man. Be careful, man. If you black, Hispanic, Native Indian, man or woman, teenager, whatever the case may be, man, be very, very careful, man, when dating these people off of these dating sites, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have no valid information on this person, man. And another thing, you know what I'm saying, that you can do within these dating sites, man, get these people's social media accounts, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying, everybody's on social media now, man. If they say that they don't have a social media, man, 9 out of 10 times, man, they are lying, man. You know what I'm saying? They have some type of, business account, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's what's some other accounts? Man, what was that other new one that had just came out? Something room. Oh my goodness, man, this is gonna kill me. I definitely need to look this up. Some dating app. Well, no, it's not a dating app. It's just something dealing with social media. Let me see here if I can. It's called Clubhouse. That's what it's called.
Clubhouse?
No, Clubhouse. It's just like another social media, thing. Not necessarily like a dating app, you know what I'm saying, but it's just something like where people do like blogs and speeches and have motivational speakers or whatnot. But it's becoming very, very popular within the black community, because of course a lot of black people, they are in within the networking, man. But that's but that's beyond the case. You know what I'm saying? Someone, 9 out of 10 times they have some type of social media, whether it's active or deactive, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, you know what I'm saying, that you do get that social media. Take screenshots, man, and send it to everyone you know.
Right.
You understand? Send it to your family members. Send it to, if you're in the truth, you know what I'm saying. Make sure that you send it to your camp leader. Make sure that you send it to brothers and sisters, man. You know what I'm saying. And make sure, you know what I'm saying, protected, man, at all times, man. You understand? Because this sister right here, man, man, she was very, very evil, man. Very, very conniving, man. When it came to, as far as, luring this brother in, man.
Like, if I could.
Yeah, come on, sir.
There was another story with this brother. He was dating his sister that he made off planet POF. And the brother kind of had like a disability. Like, he kind of had like some type of form of autism. The sister kind of figured it out a little bit that he did. And he went over there where she was located at. And she told him that she had got pregnant because they had sex. And so he was giving her money, helping her out. So the one time that she called her back over there, it was her boyfriend lured him to the woods and shot him in the back of the head.
No.
Killed him. And his family was looking for him for like months. And then they finally found his deceased body.
Right.
They found the remains of his body. And that's when they put two and two together. They got in contact with her, found out what was going on, found the burner phone that she was using, tied it back to the boyfriend because they seen that it was his phone, but it was around the location where the body was found out.
Good night, man. Shot that brother, man, in the head. Took him to the woods, man. Once again, man, you understand, man. Good night, man. You have to be very, very safe, man. You understand? This is not, not necessarily, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't be scared of it, you know what I'm saying, by any means necessary, you know what I'm saying, because of course if you're within this truth, you know what I'm saying, the Most High is going to be with you, man. You know what I'm saying, if you following his law, statutes, and commandments, man, and doing everything that he wants you to do, of course, you know what I'm saying, you are going to be protected. But of course, you know what I'm saying, you have to break it down to common sense, man. You know what I'm saying? You just can't, just meet a female, meet a brother, and bam, you know what I'm saying, that same night you going to their personal home, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, man, go to some public places, man. Whether it takes months, whether it takes years, man. You know what I'm saying? Before you actually, feel comfortable with that person being around your family, man.
Right.
You understand? Because of course, eventually, whether you have kids, whether you have friends, or you have brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, man, you're going to want to actually, show that person around you, man. Show that person to your family members, man. So show
it's so many stories on situations like this happening. And it was even a situation with a sister she was talking about on the news. She met a gentleman off a website. I'm not sure if it was POF, it was something, but she did meet a brother on one of the websites, and she brought him to the house to meet her family and everything. The family thought he was a nice man and everything. After the end of the date, he flipped on her because he spent like maybe $200 on dinner, and she didn't want to have sex with him. So what he did was he knocked her out unconscious at the house. Like, she was right in front of her house. He knocked her out unconscious and just like started choking her, and then when she started screaming a little bit, he let her go and kicked out of the car. But they was able to find out who he was just for the simple fact that she brought him to the house. You know what I'm saying? Good. It was bad. She had to go through that.
Right, man. That's just horrible, man. You understand that sister had to go through that, man. And of course, man, that's just one of thousands, you know what I'm saying, possible billions of these stories, man. You understand that, of course. You know what I'm saying, social media and mainstream media, they're not going to be able to, catch all the stories, man.
Right.
You understand? Some of these stories, they just be, just like the first story we, that we read. You know what I'm saying? Those two shooters, you know what I'm saying, that had shot that brother, they are still at large, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody found them, man. You understand? So, of course, man, once again, man, you have to be very, very cautious of who you are bringing, you know what I'm saying, around yourself, and more importantly, man, around others, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, you know what I'm saying, ain't no telling what that brother could have did, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that brother can, oh, man, she bring me over to their family house, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man, like, they got nice TVs, you know what I'm saying? They got a nice car, bam, you know what I'm saying? Wait till nighttime come, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's there, or, somebody's there, one person there, and then bam, you know what I'm saying? That person dead, and now, like, he's at large, you know what I'm saying? in, you know, some type of car, you understand, that, you know, that he done stole, you understand? So we have to be very, very cautious, man, when it, you know, when it comes to these dating apps, man. See here, it says a police report said the victim's horrified mother later found her son unconscious and bleeding at the bottom of his basement stairway. Good night, man.
He was dead?
Yeah, he died. Let's see here. See here. Let's go to that. Police and firefighters in Garfield Heights determined causes, Cornwall's cause of death to multiple gunshot wounds. The suspect was taken into custody on a murder warrant Wednesday night at her mother's home in Cleveland. Court records. Let me get this up. It said court records said authorities had obtained and arrested warrant for Graham. January 22nd said the Garland Heights Police Department released a statement Thursday confirming members of the U.S. Marshal Task Task Force arrested her, man. You know what I'm saying? So, let's see here. Got a little bit more on it. Since Graham was arrested at her mother's home in Cleveland on a Fairmont Boulevard, Ms. Graham is currently being held on a $3 million bond. The statement said the warrant had issued in connection with the murder of Garland Heights resident Marsage Cornwell. See here. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much on that article, man. You understand? So that just, I mean, like, that just shows you once again, man. That just shows you, man, once again on how mind controlling these women can be when it comes to as far as taking control over a man's mind, man. You understand? That just shows you once again how strong it is on that mind control when it comes to how sisters, they truly, man, and the scriptures support it, man, on how they will mind control a man, man. You understand? Bladding their eyes and, you know, showing their behind and, looking at you, within your eyes and, giving you that sexy look and, giving you that seductive vibe, man. And then what happens, man? 3 weeks pass or, a couple days pass, man. And then bam, what, man? You robbed, man. You understand? You're robbed and, you possibly, the person may, die or get killed. You understand? And there's no telling how many unknown stories, you understand, that, cases like this happens, you understand, within these dating apps, you understand, people are still at large, man. People are still doing these abominable things, man. So, like, let's go ahead and get into some scriptures, man. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 22. Deuteronomy chapter 22, and we're going to go straight to verse 29, man. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to these sisters, man, you know what I'm saying, thinking that you can just lay down with anyone, man, thinking that you can just, do all these, provocative things and, be promiscuous, you know what I'm saying, and just, live your best life and, you only live once, man. No, man, you know what I'm saying, we are here telling you, you know what I'm saying, and raising up, righteous sisters, you know what I'm saying, to understand that, of course, sex is marriage, man. You know what I'm saying, when all of this, when all of these dating apps come upon, you know what I'm saying, and all the, what was the back page, and, of course, this one, Plenty of Fish, and all the other dating apps, man, they were just for one purpose, man, to just sleep around, man. You know what I'm saying, it was something trending when, this was years ago, you know what I'm saying? Plenty of Fish was called, Plenty of, I can't say the word, you know what I'm saying, but it's, you know, FUC, you know what I'm saying, KING, you understand? Because that's what it was just, you know, surrounded around, man. You understand? So of course, you know what I'm saying, we want to, let our sisters know, man, be very, very cautious, man, you know what I'm saying? Don't be seductive to these brothers, man. And more importantly, man, when you lay down with a brother, man, you are bound to that brother, man, for the rest of your life, man. Bound to that brother for the rest of your life, man.
Right.
And you can't do it multiple times, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, oh, well, you know, I don't like him because, you know, he talk about the Bible all the time, or, you know, he always around the brothers, or, you know, he don't ever, you know, give me, you know, he don't ever give me what I want. You understand? No, man. You have to be with that brother, man, for the rest of your life, man. Let's go ahead and get that scripture, sir, if you don't mind.
Go ahead. Was that
Verse 29, Deuteronomy 22 and verse 29, sir.
okay. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 29. It's like, you want to start at 28?
Yeah, that's the one.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 28. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, verse 29, then the man that lay with her shall give it to the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife.
And she shall be his what?
She shall be his wife.
And she shall be his wife, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, you know what I'm saying, this is old biblical ways of how marriages happen, man. But of course, fast forward it, you know what I'm saying, in 2021, you know what I'm saying, this happens all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? You find a sister, you know what I'm saying, you know, she's not promised to anyone, or, you know, she's not talking or, you know, courting anyone. You know what I'm saying? And what happens, man? You know what I'm saying? Y'all cut it off, and, you know, y'all lay with one another. And then what happens, man? It says that's your wife, man. You know what I'm saying? That is your wife for the rest of your life, man. It's just not something that you can just have a one night stand with, man. It's not just something that you can just say, oh, you know, that was just a jump off. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a jump off to my summer. I'm about to have plenty more of them. No, man. You're with that person for the rest of your life, man. You understand? So be very, very cautious, brothers and sisters, on who you lay with, man. Because according to these scriptures, man, that is your wife, man. You understand? And I'm going to get here within the Zonovan on exactly what marriage is, man. And this is very, very, you know what I'm saying, you know, UPK 101. You know what I'm saying? When you come within these shoes, man, when you come within the shoe, but of course, you know, with all, you know what I'm saying, sometimes you just got to take it back to the basics, man. You know what I'm saying? Within the basics of, you know what I'm saying, what's marriage, and, you know what I'm saying, what's sex, and, you know, what the Most High think of it, man. And, you know, this is the Zonovan Compact Bible Dictionary. It says marriage is an intimate personal union to which a man and woman consent, consummated, and continuously nourished by sexual intercourse, and perfected in a lifelong partnership of mutual love and commitment, man. It says lifelong. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't say, you know, oh, you know, this is a one night stand, or, you know, this is just my summer thing, or, you know, everybody gets, you know, when it comes cold, man. Like what they say, what they say when it's, you know, when it about to get cold, you know,
cuddle season.
Yeah. You know, it's you know, cuddle season. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to find me a babe, you know, for the winter. I need to find me a husky bear, or, you know, I need somebody that's gonna keep me warm at night, man. No, man. All that is what America wants you to do, man. America wants you to sleep around and good night, man. What happens, man? You know, when the winter is over, what happens, man? Spring comes, and then what happens, man? Oh, man, get your blah 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 out my house, man. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be sitting on the curb, and then what, man? And then what's now? You know what I'm saying? You about to go out and do what? Live your best life and sleep around with any and everyone, man. Men and women and child, man. That's what America wants you to do, man. But according to these scriptures, sis, if you lie with the man, you understand? That's your husband. Right. You understand? Just like the scriptures, man, when it comes to men also, you understand? that's your wife, brother. You understand? Do what the scripture says, man. You understand? And of course, here within the truth, man. You understand? We have something called a dowry, man. You understand? You have to pay that dowry, man, for that sister, man, to be your wife, man. You understand? And with all due respect, man, you understand? Of course, if you are dating a sister that is within the world, man, you understand? Make sure you know that you get that, that you get her father's, permission, man. And if the father's not around, you understand? Whether it's stepfather, whether it's mother, man, make sure that you take it back to the basics, man, and biblically, man. You understand? That is just so it's just so far fetched, and it's just so uncommon now, man. You understand? Doing things the biblical way, you understand? It's just so uncommon now, man.
Right.
It's like everybody wants to just do, just live freely and live lawless, man. You understand? America is just lawless, man. And that's what America wants for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, man. But of course, according to these scriptures, you have laws, you have statutes, and you have commandments, man. You have your own. You have your own high holy days, man. You have your own holidays, man. You have everything that can be given to you within these scriptures, man. But more importantly, it shows you how to fight your oppressor, man. It shows you how to fight America, man. And we're not talking about a physical fight, man. We're talking about, not doing what they doing, man. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about fighting against what they have for us, man. And so doing what's righteous, man. That's how you beat up your oppressor, man. By not doing what they have setting forth you, man. Sitting right there in front of you, man. All throughout social media, all throughout TV, all throughout, TikTok and, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and, all these other social media platforms and all these dating apps, man. The Most High has something far more promised for you, man. It says it is also a social institution regulated by the word of the Most High and by the laws and customs which a society develops to safeguard in its own continually in welfare, man. You understand? So of course, you understand, we all understand that, of course, now, man, that this Bible supports marriage, that this Bible supports sex, you understand? But of course, you have to have some type of ties with it, man. You just can't live freely, man, when it comes to, I'm just gonna do what I want to do, man. You understand? Because that's what America wants you to do, man.
Right.
That's what mainstream media wants you to do. That's what social media wants you to do, man. And good night, man. You know what I'm saying? The all these screenshots and voice messages and audio messages that are just trapping brothers up, man. You know what I'm saying? You listen to some videos and you got brothers and crying over females and sisters crying over men, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, man. All over because they not doing what they're what the other person wants them to do, or they making them make them look a fool, making the other person make them look as a fool. You understand? I remember seeing some on social media, man, and this was just so heartbreaking, man. You know what I'm saying? I seen a sister, man, literally, man. The brother was a truck driver, man, and the sister's literally, man, hanging on to the passenger side door, man. And while this brother is driving throughout the streets, man, and of course, you know what I'm saying, she had like the little New York accent, and she said, "No, man, I'm not getting off, man. I'm like, you got me effed up. You know what I'm saying? You about to come back home." And the brother trying to brush her off, and saying like, "Oh man, y'all, man, look at this crazy chick, man. You know what I'm saying? She on my, she on my vehicle right now, and she not letting go. And I'm going, 30 miles per hour. You know what I'm saying? Just making our sisters, man, look bad, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? All because of you slept with that sister, and now you want to throw her away, man. You cannot throw these sisters away, man. You understand? These sisters are to be valued, man. But of course, once again, sisters, you have to show your value, man.
Right.
You know, that's the most important thing for a sister to do, man. You have to show your value, man. Let's go to the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11, sir, verse 3.
1 Corinthians.
Yeah, come on. 11 and verse 3.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 3.
You know what I'm saying? And this is for all you Christians, man.
Right.
This is for all you Christians to, to just, to just think that, Christ is your man, and, saying that you don't need a man, and, you want to live independently, and, you want to go out and do, all these abominable and great, quote unquote, great things according to America. This is for you, man. Let's go and keep on reading, sir, if you don't mind.
Come. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ. And the head of the woman is the man.
It says the head of the woman is the man. You understand? If the head of the woman was the man in every household, man, you wouldn't have all these dating apps. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't for sure have that stinking disgusting OnlyFans account. Good night, man. And I've read horror stories on that as well too, man. You know what I'm saying? Only people wanting to meet up on the OnlyFans account, and man, good night, man. All hell breaks loose, man. It's just a complete nightmare happens, man. You understand? Be very, very conscious of that as well too, man. And from what I'm hearing and reading, you understand that OnlyFans count, man, is just pretty much soft porn. You know what I'm saying? And sisters are making millions of dollars on it, man. Millions of dollars on it, man. On brothers, you know what I'm saying? Saying, oh, I'm lonely, you know what I'm saying? This COVID-19, I can't, see anything. So you're going to pay for something, man, that you can get free, brother. You know what I'm saying? You can get some box for free, man.
Right.
You understand? Why pay the sister, you know what I'm saying, that's across the country, all because she got a nice body, man. And that you can just see on social media, man. You understand? And, videos of her having sex with another man, man. You understand? That's a gateway for homosexuality, man. You understand? Because you're envisioning you sleeping with another man's wife, man. You know what I'm saying? So you're thinking, you understand, that, you're actually getting a hard off for that man. You understand? You're actually getting a hard off for that man. Although, you know what I'm saying, you may, be, visually or, actively pumping, you know what I'm saying, that woman. But in all reality, man, you having sex with a man. Because a man didn't defile that and, did any and everything that's lawful, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. So you're having sex with that man, bruh. So watch out, man, for these dating apps, man. These dating apps, man, are leading people, man, good night, man. Or just literally, man, just brainwashing us, man. Brainwashing us to make us to believe that that's the way, man. And then you got that, the Christian Mingle. You understand? ChristianMingle.com. You understand? That's another app, man, that I wouldn't advise any brother or sister to go to, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that sister is going to ruin your life, and she's going to try to have rulership over you, man. Because that's what the Christian church, believe in. You know what I'm saying? That, that the woman is the head, you know what I'm saying? And that, she's superior over everything. I mean, but good night, man. Isn't that not what America thinks as well, too? That the women have all the rights, whether it's to the kids or the estate or, your house or, your building and your funds. You know what I'm saying? All of that goes to who, man? The woman, man. You understand? Because she's, look upon as the head, but of course within the scriptures, it says that the head of every woman is the man. It doesn't say Christ. It doesn't say, grandma, you understand, or the mom, You understand? Because of course, man, good night, man. When it comes to, the hoods of America, man, good night, man. You cannot tell me, man, that every head of a teenager or a college student, daughter, or a hardworking sister is not her mom, man. You know, she's going to seek advice for who?
Right.
Her mother, her grandmother. Why? Because man, they know how to live. They know how to make it. No, man, they don't even have a man.
Right.
You understand? They don't even have a man, sis. So how can you seek some type of advice from someone that does not even have a man? And they're trying to give you advice or try to counsel you on how to keep a man or how to go out and get a man. Meanwhile, you know what I'm saying, she's sleeping with the pastor, the bishop, you know what I'm saying, the deacon, some of the church singers, you know what I'm saying, and maybe some little boys as well too, man. Dealing with the Christian church, you have no idea what could be going on, man, behind closed doors, man. You understand? You have no idea what could be going on, man. So like, let's get let's go and get let's get Genesis. Let's go back to Genesis in chapter 24 and verse 67. Count. 24:67.
The book of Genesis, chapter 24, verse 67. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife.
Now, if this is not, straightforward and straight to the point, I don't know what is, man. You understand? He took her to his mother's tent, and he took her, meaning that he took that box, man. You know what I'm saying? He took that box, you know what I'm saying, did whatever he wanted to do to that box. And at that point, she became his wife, man. She became his wife, man. This is very, very simple, man. If you sleep with someone, that's your husband, that's your wife. You understand? For the rest of you guys' life, man. As we just read, it's a lifelong commitment, man. You understand? Between you and your spouse and the Most High, man. You and your husband and the Most High. You and your wife in the Most High, man. If you're a man, of course, you understand, you can have multiple wives, man. So, of course, it's between you and, you and your, single wife and the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no, freaky orgies or no threesomes going on, man. No, man. The Bible does not support that, man. You understand? Having all these abominable acts and having your wife, bow down to you and, look at you while you having sex with your other wife.
Sheesh.
You understand? Like that brother, what's his name? What's his name, man? It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it right now. What is his name, man?
Nature Boy.
Nature Boy, man. You understand? Like Nature Boy and all these other people, you understand, all these other acts, and all these, they quote unquote poly life, you know what I'm saying, behind closed doors, they be having all these orgies and, having other couples come and, while they're, doing their thing, another couple's looking right at them, trying to get ideas and, looking at them and asking, can they join in and doing all these just disgusting acts, man. You know where that come from, man? That come from Rome, man. You know what I'm saying? That has been trickled down from the Roman Catholic Church, you know what I'm saying, from Rome all the way down to the black community, man. You know what I'm saying? We were not doing that within our own land, man. You know what I'm saying? We were not doing all of these acts, man. All these abominable acts, man. That didn't happen until we came over here to great old America. And now we are living after America, man. You know what I'm saying? And we are being that whore that America wants us to be, man.
Right.
Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, man. It's time for us, man. Literally, man, to wake up, man. Because, of course, now, man, we need one another more, good night, more than ever, man. You understand? We need one another more than ever, man. Just like the scripture said, man, Zephaniah 2:1, man. You understand? Gather yourselves together, man. Do you need that charger, sir?
It should be 12. See if it'll charge up.
Alright. You understand? We need one another, man. You understand? More than ever now, man. Is it working for you? May have to take it out the case though. You understand? We need one another, man, more than anything, man. Just like I was saying, just like the scripture says in Zephaniah 2:1, man, it says, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we are that nation that is truly not desired, man.
Right.
We are that nation, man, that America is just trampling over, man, and just, taking advantage of, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're, whether you're old, whether you're, mid-age, or whether you're young, man. It's time for us, man, to literally, man, come together, man, and only be around your people, man. You understand? The word holy means to be separate, man. And what it says Holy Bible, man. This is a separate Bible, man. This Bible is not for everybody, man. This Bible is for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, man. Only. It's undebatable, man, on who the Most High chooses, man, and who the Most High looks after, man. But of course, man, when it comes to brothers and sisters, man, sisters more importantly, man, because of course, you understand, they are targeting you to be a they are choosing you to be a target for our brothers, man.
Right.
You understand? They are using you to be a target for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. Setting up brothers, man. You understand? Robbing brothers, man. Killing brothers, man. Having brothers do jail time, man, over your act, man. You understand? Whatever the case may be, man. We need to realize and understand, man, that Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we truly need one another, man. We can't be against one another when we need one another.
Right.
We already got America against us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So why would we want to be against one another, man? And that's exactly what is happening here, man, in 2021. Here in great old America, man. America the Great, man. Live that American dream, sis. You understand? That's what they want you to do, man. Have that, have that office job, and go out and just sleep with any and everybody that you want to do. Oh, you stressed out? No sweat. You know what I'm saying? Go have you, a nice little weekend down there in Florida or the Cayman Islands, or go to Hawaii, and find you a man, or go to Jamaica, find you a nice Jamaican man, sleep with him, and then come back home to your husband and kids, man.
Good night.
That's what they want you to do, man. That's what they truly want you to do, man. That's living the American dream, man. While your man is, at home, you know what I'm saying? He have a minimum wage job, no sweat, man. I mean, good night, man. Man, listen, it's probably 7 out of 10 men, you know what I'm saying, here within America, they either don't have a job or that job is a minimum wage job, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's just truth be told, man. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very hard for brothers to out here to get a nice, decent job, man. Even with a degree, man. You understand? On contrary with the sisters, of course, they have all the money, they have the jobs. You understand? They have, everything laid out right there in up front of them. But no, man, America needs more. America wants you to be a whore more and more. They want to bend you over more and more and more, man. They want you to battle against one another, man. They want you to battle against your quote-unquote husband. They want you to battle against your quote-unquote brother, man. You understand? So we need to make sure, man, that we are not doing what America wants us to do, man. And more importantly, man, follow these laws, statutes, and commandments according to the Most High, man.
Damn right.
Let's see. Let's go to the book of Numbers, chapter 27. Give me 1 second here. Let's see, Numbers 27. And let's go to verse 16.
The book of Numbers, chapter 27, verse 16. Let the Most High, the God of the spirits of all flesh, set a man over the congregation.
It says, set a who?
Set a man over the congregation.
It says, set a who?
Set a man over the
It
congregation.
says, set a man over the congregation. Not a woman.
Right.
You understand? This goes for, that filthy, disgusting Christian church, man. You understand? When they feel like they need to have, a woman or good night, a homosexual or a transformer or transgender over the congregation, man. And it's happening, man. And we are seeing it, man, right before our eyes here in 2021, man. They have these lesbian couples that, that are married, and they are over the congregation of who, man? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. They having these women over the congregation of who? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. You understand? I at the slavery the other day, man, and this lesbian woman, you understand, was trying to hook me up with one of her friends. You understand? And I'm, and I'm already thinking about, oh yeah, this is about to go downhill. But just me, just being Israel, I'm like, man, shoot, what's going on with it? You understand, like what she's about. You understand? She got kids. You understand, like what she do for a living, all blah blah blah. And I, and I had a feeling deep down inside, you understand, that something was gonna be, just far-fetched, just way off the wall, that I was gonna say, oh, no sweat, I'm good. And surely be home, you know what I'm saying? She's saying all these good things, oh yeah, she got her own business, you know what I'm saying? She got these foster kids, you know what I'm saying? Like she take care of the community, and she's a Christian pastor. I'm like, oh, okay. I understand. No sweat. I'm too wild, man. You understand?
I like it.
Uh-huh.
I would date her just for the challenge.
Yeah, you just those ones so crazy. I was thinking, I'm like, man, maybe I should just date her, just to make her feel good, and when it comes to these scriptures, just chop her up.
Right.
Shalom.
At the dinner table.
Right, at the dinner table in front of everybody. And the woman should be what? Come on, you got it.
I remember I used to deliver for FedEx in Anderson, and I was delivering to this nursing home, and I heard the sister whose office I went into to drop a package off, listening to God knows who, but I know it wasn't the UPK. And I started conversating with her. I was like, oh, sis, you know about who we are? She was like, yeah, I know who we are. We was dialoguing with each other, and then she came out, she was a Christian pastor.
Good.
I was like, you a pastor at a church? She was like, yeah, I'm a pastor at a church. And that's when I just started to sever her scriptures after scripture after scripture, going against everything she stood on. And she was like, I know I'm not supposed to teach.
Good.
But I feel like I just gotta teach my people. I gotta hold on to them. I was like, now you know what you're doing is wrong according to the Bible. And she still just wanted to go against that, and still just said to me, she was like, I'm not gonna stop until I wake up all my people. And I was like, okay, sis.
Good night.
Lord be with you, sis.
That's what America wants our sisters to have, man. They want our sisters to have that manly spirit, man. You understand, that manly spirit of taking over something, man. When naturally a man, just like the scripture says, it says a man to be over the congregation, man.
Right.
You understand, the man should be over these congregations, man. You understand, the man should be over if you have some type of setting, or you're coming up with some ideas and you want to do something for the community. A man should be over it, man. Why? Because a man is going to make sure that everything from A to Z is done, man. A woman, what she wants everything to go from A to Z, just like that. they want a fast response, man. But men, you know what I'm saying, we look at different outlets. You know what I'm saying? We think of, what may happen or what could happen or what's going to happen, man, if we come up with these ideas, man. Women, they want a direct response. You know what I'm saying? They want something very, very direct. You know what I'm saying? They want something that, happen right then and there, man. And that's just not reality, man. You know what I'm saying? It takes time for certain things, you know what I'm saying, to manifest, whether you're doing something for the community, whether you're doing something within your household, man, whatever the case may be, man. You understand? Let's see, we're gonna try to get a couple more scriptures. I probably should have went to these scriptures first, but let's go back to Ecclesiastes chapter 26 once again. And we're going to start at verse 25. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, man, dealing with these women, man, like they just have no, like no type of remorse of what they're doing to the black man, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they are all for, you know what I'm saying, kicking that man out. You know what I'm saying? They are all for, you know what I'm saying, putting that man on child support. They are all for not letting that man see his child, or, they are all for, you know what I'm saying, letting that son, you know what I'm saying, not go out and, be with his father and, learn fatherly things. You know what I'm saying? That's what they are all for, man. They are for all these things, man. Ecclesiastes chapter 26 and 25.
Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, count. You understand? And that's how they want us to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they want our sisters to be about, man. You got it, sir. Ecclesiastes chapter 26. Let me check. Comments here. 1 second here. One second here. Probably make this our last scripture here. Yeah, I can get it. So like in 1 second, I can get it. Oh, sweat. This is gonna be the last one anyway. So this is why. Let me see here. Sorry, Ecclesiastes chapter 26. Verse, it says, a woman that honor her, it says, a woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is very, very honorable, man. You understand? It said a shameless woman, man, should be counted, a woman that honor her husband shall be judged as wise of all, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you go back to verse 25, it says, it says, a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. You know what I'm saying? But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of shameless women out here that's living that American way, man. You know what I'm saying? That's living after what? After their, after their mother dreams and after their grandmother dreams of, living their best life and, going out and, having these trips and, just sleeping around and sleeping with everyone. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? But of course, Verse 26, it says, a woman that honored her husband shall be judged wise of all, man.
Yeah,
Listen, the most wisest thing that a woman can do is to honor her husband, man.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Truly honor her husband, meaning that when she goes out, whether it's, working or whether it's going to the grocery store, she's going to present herself and be modest. You know why? Because she's representing her husband, man. You know what I'm saying? You have all these sisters out here, man, that are, just going out, you know what I'm saying, wearing leggings to the grocery store, and, some of them got panties, some of them don't got panties on, and, they got see-through, bras and T-shirts. They are just shameless, man. And the scripture says that they're going to be counted as a dog. Come on, sir. You got it.
So like I was just going to say, and what you're saying is so heavy because I know we don't walk in the mall maybe 2 Saturdays ago, and the brother was with his woman, but what the sister had on, it was just embarrassing. Like she had no respect for the brother. Like they was even with their child.
Good, no.
Like was even with the child and had the pants on to where they had to be see-through. Like we didn't even look, but I was just more disgusted.
Right.
Like what kind of honor are you showing him by coming out of that? And you can hear other brothers, like while we was walking, you hear other brothers saying, like, damn, look at this. Like, while he's with her and their child.
And the child, man.
Listen, I would have lost it.
Man, good night, man. Me as well, man.
We wouldn't even made it out the door. I'd have been like, yo, you are not, if you feel like you're going to dress like that, me and my child are not going with you.
Right.
You're going to be a whore by yourself.
Exactly, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's just one West, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we are checking our women at the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, but what you going on to the point where it just comes accustomed to them to cover up. You understand?
Yeah, right.
When we say cover up, sis, it's not meaning that that you have to do this, this wrong thing. Covering up is good, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't want, any and every man looking at our goods.
Damn right.
You understand? Because that's, that's me. You know what I'm saying? You my rib. You my wife. I don't want no other man fantasizing about you. And that's what happens, man. You know what I'm saying? Other men fantasize about you, and then what happens? Oh, man, like they have a choice whether they're going to talk to you or not. And then what happens, man? They're going to, quote unquote, spit some game to you. And Judah. Good night, man. Judah, listen, man. Judah and all of Israel, man. When we talk to the sister, man, we're going to try to do the best to do what, man? Get in them draws, shalak it, man. You understand? So, of course, all that can literally be done away with if sisters cover themselves up, man.
Right.
And honor their husband, man. Honor their husband, whether it's, covering up or whether it's, being a good representation of him while you're even at work, man. What happens 9 out of 10 times when you're at work, man? You hear a whole lot of gossip, man, in that break room. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're working on a call center, factory, whatever the case may be, man. Don't be caught up within that drama, man. Why? Once again, you are a representation of your husband, man.
Damn right.
You understand? And that's one thing that just like the scripture says, man. You're going to be wise of all, man. You understand? So once again, don't be that whore to America, man, and be honorable to your husband. You know what I'm saying? And more importantly, man, of course, man, you are a representation of Israel as well, too, man. You understand? So with that, I'm going to end the class. Light. Do these announcements. ISUPK, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can read about this in Numbers chapter 18, verses 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means tenth in Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the church department to teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation, we have Purim. This falls on the 14th date and 15th date of the 12th month.
This falls on Thursday, February 25th, and Friday, February 26th. Of course, this is this week coming up. You know what I'm saying? This Thursday and Friday coming up. Of course, all brothers and sisters here within the South Carolina region are welcome to come out both days. You understand? Our camp leader, Officer Nazar, will be teaching those classes. Of course, if you got any questions, comments, you understand, DM us, contact the officer, you understand, contact our camp leader, whatever the case may be, to set up your, set up your transportation. And you can read about the Feast of Purim in Esther chapter 9, verse 20 through 31. Remind Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, handbag, scarf. And with that,